Hi, welcome to this video on my Raspberry Pi 2 with the robot operating system. As you can see, to my big surprise, Raspberry Pi 2, which boots from a micro SD card, is not booting. So when I pull the plug, and that you can take very literally, the USB plug that powers the Raspberry Pi 2, it stops, and then when I plug it again shortly, then you can see it is the Raspberry Pi 2, and I plug it again, and I do it once again, and then when I scroll up, if I can, which I doubt right now. Anyway, here you can see some information. No internet found. Well, that's alright, because the software comes later. And then something causes at the boot. This is normal and this isn't. This certainly isn't normal. It already says, also says unknown command M, try help, but it doesn't, since it says hit any key to stop auto boot, 0. So there's nothing to be done about it. And since the plug is pulled, I can show you whatever else can happen. So I take the micro SD card from the Raspberry Pi and then insert it into a micro SD adapter. Then insert it into a card reader on the laptop. And then you can see it has it mounts on 2 partitions. It is on 1 SD card and 2 partitions, and here you can't do anything. However, on this side you can. So when I open a tab, let's do just a tab, and I go into root mode, you can see if I go here, it is on this directory. So going back here, and then the clouding, I have to go to home and then Ubuntu, and you see the familiar catkin underscore workspace. In here I can just access anything that I have made in source, and then here you have RaspberryPi, scripts, and here are my publisher and subscriber. So it doesn't boot, but it's still accessible. What's wrong? I don't know. For now, I already have done this because I wanted to find out if anything was accessible. So I've already copied everything in inside the catkin workspace directory to my server, and all that is left is reinstalling it. So I'm going to exit this one and access this tab. I'm here still in the terminal, so what happens next is installation. So here I am still in the serial communication window, which is also connected to my to my Raspberry Pi 2. And in normal circumstances, you would just see it boot normally, and then I can start the VNC server, sorry, through which I can access the remote desktop. However, now I need to exit this, go to the download directory, which is it is a not a subdirectory of this, but a directory next to this, so I need to do /downloads and then this one. And this is a problem because this is a pre-installed server, as you can see, and the problem with this is it has absolutely nothing else. So no desktop, no ROS, absolutely nothing. So I have to reinstall everything again. Apart from this, you see here CloudFS and here system boot, so it is still on there, unreadable, unbootable. So I first have to find out where it is mounted, and it is mounted on the /dev, which is device /sdc 1 and 2. So I need to unmount it, keep in mind that it is SDC, and then copy the whole image to SDC. So first I go here and say, alright, what do I do? Not eject, I unmount it. And I have to unmount this one as well. So they are still there, but they are not there anymore. And alright, let me exit this one. So the very next thing to do is say, and keep in mind that this is a root action, input file is Ubuntu, output file is /dev/sdc, and this is going to take a while, if it is alright. So I am going to hit enter. Password, because it's a sudo action, and then I just have to wait. So whenever this is ended, we shall see. So as you can see, the preparation of the SD card has finished. The question now is, will it actually start working? So I'm going to start Minicom again, and right now there's nothing, but now I'm pushing the plug, literally, and this is a very big oops. This is something I certainly did not expect to happen. So right now I'm pulling the plug again, and I'm taking the card out. In the adapter again. And in the card reader. And let's see what happens, if anything. Okay, there goes. So everything is still there. And now a very big question is, did it actually do something? So I'm going to open tab, media, and then clouding. There's home. There's nothing there. There's no Ubuntu. So it did do something, but everything has gone. So I'm glad I did copy it. However, I really wonder why it doesn't do anything. Because this is a brand new created image, and the fact that it boots exactly the same way as the wrong image apparently means there's something different wrong. But what and how and why? And this is unfortunately a real puzzle. Well, everything is a real puzzle, but this has never happened to me yet. Unfortunately, I don't have a spare SD card, so I can't check all that. And this is a micro SD card. The card obviously is not broken because I can access it. So the question is, why does it act like this? The only thing I can do is now eject. Yeah, and I can't do that, so I need to get out of here. Okay, now it can. Clearly I have left media and I have returned to my home directory. So that is about it for this, for accessing the system. I can safely pull it out. And futile or not, inserting the card back into the socket on the Raspberry Pi. Then oh wait, I have to be here because this is the Minicom, and then put the plug in again. And there it goes. Is this then the end for now? Yeah, I have no clue how to proceed, so I'll have to make up something and find out why this is actually happening. Unfortunately, some facts to research. So far I have tested the Ubuntu image twice, and I'm aware of the fact that this problem can be caused by either a bad image, which I don't believe, because that would have caused problems with burning. It can be with the card, which I don't believe either, because that would give a problem burning on the card as well. And it can still be also be a problem with the Raspberry Pi 2 hardware itself. And in order to exclude that possibility, I'm falling back to using Raspbian, as I've used with the Raspberry Pi 2 before. So this is not the latest image. The latest image is from 2017, but this is not about being latest and safest. This is merely about testing if it is maybe the Raspbian Pi hardware. So I am going to burn this one, and then it would be very nice if it actually worked somehow. Yes, I need to include the dd command, which is the disk copy, and then it works out. Now we get it. That I also, just like I did with the other image, the Ubuntu image, I put it to /dev for device, and then SDC. SDC stands for serial disk, so this is serial device C. Not really serially, but there's a difference between SATA and PATA, serial ATA and parallel ATA, and the old-fashioned hard disks are parallel ATA. So this S is for serial ATA, and then device C. Well, hard disk is normally SDA. So with that I press enter, password, and there it goes, burning on the same micro SD card. And I am very curious what the result will be. Will I be booting Raspbian, or will I get the same error? If I get the same error, the unlucky event could be that the board is broken, but I doubt that seriously. Anyway, we'll see. So the Raspbian Jesse image has been burned to the SD card. I am taking it out of the laptop and put it into the Raspbian Pi 2. And all that remains is going to the serial terminal, and you can see here it is the serial terminal connected to TTY USB 0. I am inserting the USB plug and curious what will happen. Low and behold, this seriously looks like it is booting. And on the Raspberry Pi, both the red and the yellow lights are going on, and this I don't get. So what is this? There is a M hanging, and that is a big nuisance. Why is this happening? Yeah, I know. I cannot log in this way. So this is a clearly a hardware error. It boots, so the other image is fine as well. But for some reason, unknown to me, it gets an M as an input. The problem is that if you look in the ASCII table, the original ASCII table, ASCII ASCII, which means American Standard Code for Information Interchange, Control M is the same as the Enter key. Now I don't think this is the same. However, what causes M? Because when I press the M key, nothing happens, and when I insert the keyboard in the USB slot, it doesn't work either. At least there was no change using the Ubuntu image. So whatever this is a complete mystery. It works apparently, but why? How is this working? Log out time after, yeah, right. It's obvious that this cannot be easily dealt with, so I have to find out why this is happening anyway. And since I can't solve this right now, thank you for watching a video where everything goes wrong, which is not nice, but anything can happen, and I hope to solve it next time. If you like my videos in general, please consider allowing advertisement in between the video segments. If you don't want to do that, please visit my website, where you can find other information to support my blog and videos in a different way. And this is obviously going to be continued.